Oh gosh, hey everybody, welcome to the KenCast. It's been a while, hasn't it? Hope you all are having a great time. Ah, shoot, I'm so sorry. I put the headset around my neck because, it's broken, so it just hurts my ears whenever I put them on. So it's like, well, hopefully you guys don't hear this. Okay, I think they hear it. No, we'll just put like the little dots, right? How you guys doing? It's been a very, very long time. Finals are rolling up for a lot of people. AP tests, IB tests. I don't think a single person international watches this. If you are, hello. How you doing? How's life, right? As for me, I've just finished with a couple of AP tests. Still got one more, AP Calc. But, excuse me. Things are going pretty smoothly right now. If you might want, I'm a little detached from this KenCast because I'm working on a picture of Stan Lee. I'm stippling a picture of him. For those of you who don't know what stippling is, it is, as far as I know, this is what my teacher told me, right? You pretty much take a pen, or like, a pencil of some sort, and you just instead of drawing lines, right, you just flip that over, and you just start putting like a poop ton of dots, just dots, just adding texture with dots until the picture comes together. I don't know how. I should probably tell you how large the picture is. I have no clue how large this picture is. We can do it. Hold on, let's see. It's like, I don't know, in imperial terms, like 1.5 feet, like 1.25 feet. And I'm using a reference picture, and I'm just dot. I'm just poking in the picture right now. Dang, it's been a really long time. I kind of got to get back into this. I don't know. I guess I should talk about what's happened in like the bajillion years that I've been gone. I tell most people this. My life's not that interesting. I just kind of live it. So I think, I don't even remember when the last one was. Let's see, what have I done? I managed for girls tennis at my school. That's pretty cool. Is that what I'm gonna say, sir? I should probably say more, shouldn't I? Yeah, you probably should. I don't know. It was fun. I didn't realize it kind of has community service hours. So I was just doing it, having the time of my life. Sir, were you looking at? No. I'm offended you would think of me that way. No, I'm just kidding. It was so much fun. The people there, I didn't think myself, I didn't think I was qualified to be managing or even giving anyone tips on what to do, right? Considering the fact I started tennis. I've only played tennis for, 2 years. And those are school years, so not really that much out of that, right? But, apparently, once you have experience, you can teach people things that they didn't know. What do you know? They take things that they want, right? They don't have to take your advice at all. I feel like is this Bob Ross vibes? Now I feel bad. But the thing is, right, stippling is such a long, grueling process, right? Because for Bob Ross, if you don't know, when he paints, he just kind of talks about his painting, right? And if I had a camera, I could do that. But I don't really have a camera. And if I did, and I started recording it, which, first off, it looked like complete garbage because I probably have a pretty garbage camera, right? With some pretty bad resolution, right? First off, it kind of defeats the... No, podcasts are recorded, right? But stippling, as you might have guessed, because it's a bajillion dots, takes a really, really long time to do. I've worked on this for 4 weeks, I think. But relatively detached in class as well, just kind of aloof, almost in a way, right? Let me bring this image a little closer. I can see what I'm doing. So, I don't know. Because of school and all that, this takes a while to do, just in general, right? that even for me, and I tend to lose focus very quickly, just like daydreaming essentially, it takes even longer. It just takes so long, and I'm in a horrible position to draw this because for some reason I thought, isn't it a good idea to put this on this tiny little table that's directly underneath the light, just directly underneath the light. So when I lean over to, I'm sorry, I lean over when I I have a horrible posture. When I lean over to put the dots down, right, I just end up like covering my picture, and then I can't see the I can't see how well it looks. So I'm I gotta like, I guess, kind of work on fixing posture in the middle of it. The computer where I normally place the computer, I should say, is where I have the drawing right now. So yeah, that's that. Dang, this is kind of hard. I talk about the drawing. I mean, do you guys know Stan Lee? I did it. My teacher asked, "Hey, just pick a hero that or a person that you look up to, right? And then try to draw not like a photograph of them, right? Because the photographs are generally staged. They don't really capture a lot of emotion. It's mostly just a person smiling at the camera, right? Well, let's see. It's like pick one where it's like, they're pretty much in daily life, right? Because people don't do those. It's a lot more interesting, and it gets people's attention. I'm like, makes sense, right? Makes sense. So I picked one where he's outside. Let's see. If I had any editing skill whatsoever, at this point in the podcast, I put up an image, but I want you to know I'm not going to do that because I don't know how. I apologize. I apologize up front that I have a lack of skill in that department. In many departments, but I have a lack of skill in that department, right? But I picked one where he's outside. He's looking up and to the right, almost as if someone's calling him behind him. And he's got his, like, I don't really know what to call this, right? I guess it's like, it's kind of I don't know. It's an outfit where he can carry a lot of his, like, art things in. Yes, I am descriptive. And it's like, it's kind of stylish. And it's out in the sun, so his prescription glasses are on, and it's kind of hard to draw his eyes. But that's, just me. I feel like I should go full Bob Ross, but I don't know, that's just not me. I don't think I can emulate a Bob Ross. He's, Bob Ross. The joy of painting. So me, it's just the joy of oh, it takes so long. Actually, I have a problem with this setup. Hold on. Because, again, this is here, right? So that will shake as I talk. And that'll create background noise. So I'll definitely have to work on this. I don't want to put it on because that's just heck uncomfortable for me. And as much as I love doing these, for 30 minutes, that is some, like, acute problems right there. Yes, I fall into more silent notes. Actually, what else have I done in the time I've been gone? Oh, shoot, yeah. What's it? Next week, Wednesday, is my last day as a senior at Rangeview. And I'm like, dang. Or should I say not last day, but it's more like seniors say goodbye to their... we have a... I guess it's a tradition? I suppose tradition is correct. It's a tradition where seniors don't have to go class anymore, win. But we have the opportunity to say goodbye and to thank teachers that have helped us in our journey across high school, treading across high school. The horrible, horrible things we experienced, partly due to them, but nonetheless enriched by them, right? I love my teachers. I'm a soft guy. I can't really hate anyone. Doesn't matter how late they are turning in my work. Doesn't matter how long it takes them to grade my work and all that kind of stuff, right? I just can't hate anyone. I just feel like the work they put in, it's selfless. They're becoming teachers to teach, that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, they get long vacations, but you realize that it's not really worth it when you spend like 7, 8, sometimes 9 hours a day if you have like something after school dealing with annoying, frustrating teenagers, right? Such as I I'm a goody two shoes, so I'm not quite part of the annoying kids, I suppose. Yeah, that's the case, right? Anyway, I think it's not called convocation. It's just an assembly of some sorts. But that's coming up next Wednesday. And me and my friends, John, and all that kind of stuff, were like, okay, let's try to make some teachers cry, right? So let's try to make some teachers cry. So he's currently, and I feel bad because I'm not taking part of this, but he wanted to do it himself. I think I just burped. I apologize. He is currently writing letters to them, right? Pretty much because you can't say in the small time you have of the ceremony, right? I'll just give you this letter so you cry about it later. Almost in it, right? It's because my math teacher, Miss Wetzel, bless her, she's like my mother. Yeah, she's pretty much mother at school, right? She hasn't cried in any one of these yet, despite how sad, because she's more like, oh wow, look at them, the whole world's awaiting them, right? And so she's more happy, which makes sense, right? It's technically a goodbye, but also an entrance into the new world. It's kind of like saying, again, I pull up the analogy, it's kind of like saying goodbye to your parents again, right? And now that I say it, there's so much nostalgia that just rushes back in me whenever I think about what I've done at Range U. I remember my first year, I was like so on top of things. It was my first AP class, AP Human Geo with Mr. Melendez. And I was like, every day I'd go home. I was like, I went like the full like goody two shoes mode. Because back in like 8th grade, I didn't do too hot in school. I was kind of like the kid that just played around a lot. And by that I mean he just like went on the spider webs. Actually, I don't know what it's called. It might be called the spider webs. It was something on the playground. Let me see. I had to put away the pen to describe it. I'm visual. I know you can't see my hands right now, but I'm a visual person, right? So it's just like a big ring, right? Lower on one side, sloped and elevated towards the end of another, right? And that ring is it's like a ring, but you took one and you moved it higher, right? And inside that ring part was a lot of rope, right? This thing's like maybe 25 feet, about 20 feet, right? And it's just like there's ropes in the middle, and you would just go across the ropes up and down, right? That's where I spent odd, right? That's where I spent most of my time outside, just there, right? Playing with my friends, we call ourselves the Asianeers. It's a great time, right? I actually use that for my username now, the Asianeer. Sorry, say that clearly? It's the Asianeer. It's a mix of Asian and pioneer. Because I'm clearly racist. No, I'm kidding, right? So that's how I spent most of my middle school. Was, just, what's this? Schoolwork? Psh, let me just blow it off and never talk about it ever again. And then get a C because I turned it in the last second. And the teachers were just generous enough to give me a grade, right? So that was pretty much how I did it for 6th grade to 8th grade, right about there, middle school, right? Come high school, I'm like, oh god, I gotta get on top of things because this is starting to actually matter. So I'm like, okay, we'll just start doing homework, which is a really hard thing to do. It's a really hard thing to just say. It's easier said than done, right? Easier said than done. Nonetheless, I actually did do it. Let's say every day I'd go home, play a couple games, right, until dinner time, which is about 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, I'd eat for about an hour, right, because I'm a very, very, very slow eater. But then afterwards, I would call my friend. His name is Jordan, my boy Jordan Alvarenga Marquez. And we'd get on, and we'd just do homework. Like a set time every single day, right? About 7 o'clock, go get on, do homework, right? If you had more, right, for any other class, we both agree we do homework for those classes separately, right? Or, he after, I before, right? And it was a really, really effective, really effective style every single day. It was so consistent, right? It was so consistent. In fact, I want that consistency again because I was going to sleep about 9, 10 every single day. It was amazing. And I woke up and I felt energetic. I could always learn class, never fell asleep, right? And I was that mega goody two shoes kid, right? Doing really good work, quiet. I'm not bragging, but intellectual, I guess it would be. So you're already bragging by saying that. Why don't you just say smart? I'm sorry, right? But yeah, I was that kid, right? Just that kid that people didn't really talk that much. Very close knit, very shy, but considered pretty smart, right? And so people asked me for help because I literally emulated that nerd, right? Just smart enough to help him to take care of stuff himself, and then once he waits for everyone else to be finished, they realize, hey, wait a second, this guy's actually able to help me. I'll ask him, right? I miss those. Where was I going with this? I don't know. We'll just keep talking about this because it's fun. What's it? That was my first AP class, right? In that class, and I wasn't allowed to take any of the AP class because Range doesn't allow that. But I didn't. I expected like hell through that class, and I kind of got it. I kind of got it because wow, that class was tough. That was a tough class compared to middle school. It was nothing, or it was. I guess middle school was nothing in comparison to that class. That is the correct way to say that. And oh my gosh, I was totally unprepared for that class. But despite how hard I screwed up in middle school, I still pulled off A's every single quarter for that class. And I feel great. So are you bragging? I am, because that's an accomplishment. It was a huge accomplishment to me. I was like, yes, I can get it, right? I'm again reaffirm my belief that hard work can get you a lot of places, right? Not everywhere. That'd be a lie. But hard work can get you a lot of places. That's what I tell my friends, right? And so that class I thought was tough, right? But then I'm like, okay, every year I have the opportunity to put many more AP classes into my schedule, right? So let's do just that. But I'm like, I kind of know that I'm lazy. I know that I don't like to do work. And I know my limits because of that. So, I prepared. Your boy Kenny prepared for that. So, come sophomore year, right? I was like, okay, we're going to take 2 AP classes. I already kind of planned it out, right? We're going to take 2 AP classes this year. The next year, we'll take 3 AP classes. And senior year, we'll take maybe 4. Or 3 because I want to be lazy, right? So, that's what I did. Come sophomore year, I took AP US History, another kind of generally accepted class, right, for sophomores, and oddly enough, AP Chemistry, right? Oh my gosh, chemistry class was so much fun. It was so much fun. What did I say? US History was, it was just like a class you went to, learned, and because it's history, you memorize it. But I'm a horrible American, so I don't remember a lot of it. I'm not very patriotic. I apologize. Sorry, I'm scratching my. I apologize. I'm sorry. I had an itch on my shirt. I'm sorry. Right. But oh my gosh, AP Chem was so much fun. Our teacher was Mr. Bird, right? I already apologize to him because I only got a 3 on the test, right? I'm sorry, Mr. Bird. You were such an amazing person and a really good teacher, in my opinion. Right? I don't know, I love his teaching style. It was very lax, right? But I don't. High school was such a big jump in like just life to me, right? It was actually more like middle school than I thought, but at the same time, so much responsibility laid upon me, and I was so happy. I was so happy to have that responsibility, but the more I'm doing this, the more scared I am, right? I don't know. Going on to real world, it's really scary to me. I don't know. Where was I going with this? Oh shoot, yeah. How my work ethic has declined over the many years I've been in high school. Procrastination, not a thing when I was in ninth grade. Yeah, ninth grade, right? Not actually a thing when I was in ninth grade. Might be thinking, no, Kenny, you must procrastinate. Again, I told you, I had that really, I'm gonna burp. Hold on, how do I? Oh God, it's almost there. Hold on, relax. You might have heard that. I apologize. But I had a really set schedule, right? I was going to sleep at 9 or 10 every single day. Sophomore year, bumped it up down a little more, maybe 10:30 for some of these classes, right? Again, these weren't the toughest classes, right? But nonetheless, they were decently tough classes. 2 AP classes that year, honors, everything else, right? Junior year, I started going to sleep at like 11 every single day, right? Was it avoidable? Aren't all things avoidable? But yeah, but like it's mainly just procrastination going, right? Workload was increased a little bit because again, I had 3 AP classes junior year, right? AP Lang, AP Bio, and AP Calc, right? Like, yeah, those classes were tough, right? But they weren't. I know I was used to the rigor because of my past 2 years and my slow integration, right? And I definitely should have been able to go to sleep about an hour earlier every single day. But I didn't do that because I'm clearly a smart individual. Now, what I did instead was that I was like, I have the opportunity to go to sleep. Let's procrastinate and play games a little longer in the day and then do that. Because my whole, I guess, routine was go work after dinner. But if you have an increased amount of work and you go to work after dinner, you see the problem here, right? If I start at 6 every day, but I work longer, then eventually it's going to go into like the 10, 11, and sometimes 12 hours, right? That got so much worse in senior year. I mean, right now it's like, what, 1:20? Yeah, in the morning. It's like 1 a.m. in the morning. My brother's downstairs playing Warframe, right? But I'm here just literally talking to myself. It's odd how this works, right? And I've been sleeping at, and I hate to admit this time regularly. Sir, do you have a lot of work? No. Yes, I have 3 AP classes. I have AP Physics, or I had, I should say, AP Physics. I had AP Lit, took those AP class. I took those AP tests, and therefore I finished those classes already. Sorry. And I'm currently studying, quote unquote, for basic calc, right? Which is my last test on Tuesday. Nonetheless, here I am. And since I started doing that class, in the beginning of the year, I was going to sleep maybe 12 every day, right? Lucky days would be like 11 or 11:30, right? And I wake up at 6, right? I wanted first period off, but alas, that's just not how life works, I suppose, right? Opportunity only comes, you just gotta be ready for it, right? I'm tired. Yeah, I don't get a lot of sleep. Ever since the AP classes, I only have Spanish, art, 3-4, which is why I'm doing the Stanley picture, and what's it? And the basic calc class at 7th period, right? So I go to school a little later now, which is great. So I have an excuse for staying up later. Gosh, it's been so bad. I know people say, "Oh, Kenny, you're gonna go to college, right? You just gotta keep studying. What are you doing? Like, wasting your time doing this right now?" I'm like, I get what you mean, right? It's like you should be studying instead of doing this, right? Is this a big part of your grade? Yeah, but will you get an A for the work you've already done? Because he's a really nice guy, my art teacher, probably. But I don't know. I've always wanted to commit to something other than schoolwork, and games, because games is an escape as well, right? But I want something a little more tangible, I suppose, other than like a small trophy screen, I suppose, if you play Xbox, or like I don't know, those points, whatever, right? I'm not a console guy. I'm sorry. I'm not a console guy, right? So I don't really know what happens there. But I know in the games you get achievements, you get some arbitrary points, whatever the heck. Some people find them fun. I find them fun, just being completionist and finishing games, right? But whenever I do an art piece, it's such a satisfying feeling and such a calm thing to do. I got art. I took an art class because I thought, okay, if I can't have an off period because I need more elective, right? Let's just do a fun elective. So I did art, and I started art 1-2 because art only lasts one semester. I did art 1-2 junior year, and that definitely helped me a lot with stress. Because oh my gosh, when you go into that class, you're kind of forced, and this is weird, right? This is kind of like, oxymoron, not really, but like you're kind of forced to not really think. It's like, what do you mean? Yeah, when you're doing art, right? You observe, you look at, and you generally try to emulate realism. If you're doing that, you think about your own thing, right? But when you think about that, you're not thinking about anything else, right? Schoolwork, out of the picture. Drama, if you have that, I don't, because I hang out with really, really chill people. Don't have that problem, right? Family issues, I don't know if we can get away from that, but like all those things kind of just fade away when you do art. Mainly because you're like kind of brain dead. Like stippling? Oh my gosh, you're so brain dead when you stipple. It's just all the time. So you left to daydream, right? And this is why I thought it was a really good idea to do KenCast. Because I want to do something that I can still pay attention to, right? But not really talk too much about. I know I'm talking about stippling, but not really like what I'm doing with stippling. Just the concept in general, right? I'm able to do it because you can't really make a mistake when you stipple because the dots are tiny, and when you look at them far away, you're not going to see that tiny dot that you put on the guy's eye, right? You're just not going to see it, right? Not even you, who I've told this to, will see that dot's slightly outside his eye. You're just not going to know. You're just never going to find it, right? I'm sorry, but you're just never going to find it, right? And it's just so nice to be able to be like, hey, am I doing this right? Well, do you think you're doing it right? Yes? Well, then you're doing good. That's kind of like a little frowned upon, you could almost say, because you're saying, oh, is art all perceptive? Or not perceptive. Sure, what's the word? Interpretive? It's like, yeah, kind of. But it's like, it's not something that you judge, right? Too harshly. It's just something that you do for fun. There's no judging going on here, right? There's no judging. So you just have a great time. Just poke. I like to work with pencil. I don't know. I've always been really bad at making like things dark. Don't take that out of context. I've always just really bad at just like I'm gonna switch to a slightly darker or a slightly thicker pen, I suppose. 0.2, there we go. I've always had a problem committing to like making things darker, right? Like putting in bold black, right? Because I'm like, what if I mess up? I can erase it. I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But with stippling, I don't have that problem. Because you can't, you're just too slow. You can't do it unless you pull out the brush and you like sweep it across, right? Sweep it across your picture, right? It's not going to be that noticeable. If at all noticeable. But I usually work with pencil just because I like using pencil. It's kind of like, so why are you playing a game with the pen? Just as a status, it's like use the mouse, right? I don't know. I don't think you guys understand that, but it's just Osu. It's just Osu things. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's just a game thing, right? I just like using pencil. It feels great in the hand, and it's something I've always worked with. Also, then I'm afraid of color. I'm horrified by color. I don't know how color works, right? Every time I think I know. Actually, no, I never think I know anything. Every time I see someone use color. I keep burping. I'm further. Oh my god, it's already 30 minutes. Screw, I'll make this a heck of a long one. Every time I see someone working with color, I'm like further and further, like so appreciative of the work that they do. It's crazy. It's great. Like, color is such a difficult thing to work with. Like, what looks good? My entire closet is just like, okay, this is also another reason probably why I'm like afraid of color. I have a very dull closet. Yeah, it's got some colors in there, right? It's got some like, well, like most of it's like, if it's any color, again, it's a dull color. Grays, blacks, couple whites, dark blue, dark. I don't think I have any dark red. I think I have whites. I think I have some blacks. I think I already said those, but it's okay. I don't have that many colors in there. Maybe some green. I had a pink shirt. I'm sad because I lost the pink shirt. I don't know how you lose a shirt, really. Oh, Ryan probably. Oh, piece of garbage. I guess I stole it from him in the first place, so it's like, nah. anyway. Yeah. I don't know. Never really worked with color. What do you do when you go to school, sir? I just grab the first clothes I see. Kind of just how I lived, right? Just grab the first clothes you see. First pair of clothes. First pair of clothes? Pair of clothes? I think it's pair of clothes. Yeah, just grab some clothes, head out. Actually, yeah, let me describe my morning. I just wake up, kind of wash my face, more like to splash water on it, grab my phone. Actually, no, grab phone first. That always happens first, right? Because I turn off alarm. I actually don't check any social media when I wake up. Go into bathroom, brush teeth, go downstairs, realize I don't like to brush my teeth, right? So what am I talking about? How have I lived these past 4 years? I wake up, I go downstairs in my PJs, in my PJs. I eat some breakfast, whether that's cereal or whatever mother has. What's it? Go upstairs, change, brush teeth, and go to school. I don't do my hair or anything like that. I have kind of just a really short hair, right? So it's not really that big a deal, right? Oh, it's great having short hair. I talked to my mom about probably going bald because I'm again further burdened by it. But I'm would I look good bald? I look decent with short hair. I think. Don't hate me. Don't judge me. But it's my friend went bald because it's it's kind of annoying having hair. I'm yeah, I kind of get that, John, right? So it's huh. What about if we just also ask mother to go bald? And she's no, you look stupid. You are my son. I can't have you looking bald. I'm I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So that's that. Didn't ever go bald. Is that on the bucket list? Yeah, that's on the bucket list. I think it'd be fun to do sometime. I don't know. A lot of things on the bucket list. Where was I? Oh shoot. I guess it's because it's kind of long. Maybe we should end it here. I'm wondering whether or not my computer can handle this, because these sound files do take a decent amount of space. And I have a gaming laptop. My brother's currently using my old laptop, the one I have on recording on. And so the older one had a lot of space, a lot of space, I think 1 terabyte-ish, about there, right? This one is a quarter of that, and already 3/4 of it taken up by video games, right? So I'm kind of scared just trying to add more space. Nonetheless, here I am, making a video that's 33 minutes long. Who knows? We'll just keep going until I feel either A, my hand is cramped, because I'm holding this pen in not the most comfortable fashion, even though I should know by this point that I should be holding this pen in comfortable fashion. That's good. I feel kind of bad, because I feel this would sound better if you guys were actually here looking at what I was doing. But this is such a boring process. Because yeah, you can time lapse something, right? But this thing just takes a long time. It just takes a long time. Oh my gosh. You ever wish you could do this with trying to add swipes, Kenny? Lines instead of just dots? Yeah, sometimes, but I don't know. It's kind of it's kind of looking really, really nice. Oh gosh, well, that was a weird feeling in my throat. Oh god. Oh gosh. I can't move my mic out of the way quick enough. I apologize. Jeez. I don't know. I had some Crave cereal just now. Sorry, isn't it 1 in the morning? Yeah, it's 1 in the morning. Do you have a problem with me eating cereal at 1 in the morning? No. I'm gonna eat my cereal. You can't judge me. I'm an independent woman. I don't. No, just kidding. That's it. But no, I do eat cereal. Just at any time. Apparently, I just kind of eat cereal. All right. Where am I going? No, let's end this here. I'm already going brain dead. I need sleep. I woke up at like 6 today. I've been generally lethargic. I mean, I exercise, but like, yeah. I've been generally lethargic this entire day. I fell asleep in my dad's bed, just like, nyeh. It's like, why are you doing here? I'm like, I'm sorry, it's just your bed is comfy. It's like, isn't your bed? Yeah, but I have all my stuffed animals on my bed, so like, I kind of like restrict myself. I don't know. I don't touch my stuffed animals when I go to sleep, except one. What's his name? Giant blue owl. Shoot. Dang it, I forgot his name. Anyway, because I'm going brain dead, we'll just have a little bit of an end card, right? I hope you guys are all doing well. Finals suck. Life's gonna suck for like a week, right? Especially our seniors. But it's okay. It's alright. There awaits a light at the end of this metaphorical tunnel. And that light, I don't know, it's anything you want it to be. Summer, the end of the day, sleep, anything really, right? Look forward to that. And as my teacher says, the moment you start looking forward to it, that's when it will end, and just hell, just it'll slowly come back, urging forward, and it's just a horrible feeling. Anyway, hope you all have a wonderful day. This KenCast will be uploaded probably a day from now, because it takes a while to just render the file to MP4. YouTube's a little awkward when it comes to that. I have to change it to an MP3 file. Or no, I have to change it to an MP4 file, which takes like 40 minutes, which is the whole thing, which is like, why, right? Why? It's just that, anyway. And then from there, I have to upload it to YouTube, so like every video actually takes like 3 hours to do, which is annoying as heck. Right. Anyway, hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful night, day, evening. I don't know. What's another one? Twilight, I guess. I don't think there's any like eclipse going on. Dusk, dawn. I don't know. Hey, thank you for listening to the KenCast, and I will see all you nerds later. Ah, shoot.